Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth, brought to you by Agent Chris Thomas. Gator Stadium, Brett Raley Field in Delhi, Louisiana, for another edition of Ouachita Christian Eagle football. And want to thank you for tuning in to Power 92.7 and the Ouachita Christian Sports Network for tonight's contest between the Delhi Charter Gators and your Ouachita Christian Eagles.
Save with 2 locations to serve you in Bastrop and Sterlington. Call 318-388-4663 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
When lights go out on game night, what matters most is family, trust, and community. At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, that's who we are. We've been serving Northeast Louisiana for more than 2 decades. With certified technicians, service after the sale, and relationships that last long after you drive off the lot.
Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
There's no better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser eye LASIK, safe and ultra precise. Call for a free evaluation. 318-32-LASER, 318-32-LASER.
Make the high, humble decision for your LASIK care and clear vision.
Hi, I'm Dustin Balance with Ludwig Marine. We have 2 locations to serve you, one on Darbone Lake in Farmerville and one right here on 165 North in Monroe. Come by and check us out. We have the best brands on the market: Phoenix Bass boats, Weldcraft aluminum boats, and your gator tail duck boat needs. Give us a call today at 318-545-5595 or check us out on the web at www.ludwig-marine.com. Mitch Ludwig and the Ludwig Marine crew would like to say, go Eagles.
Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Wholesale jewelry with integrity. They provide honest, professional experience while offering stunning diamonds and fine jewelry at or below wholesale prices. And we do custom pieces by appointment. Engagement rings, tennis bracelets, pearls, earrings, necklaces, gemstones, loose diamonds, and jewelry repairs. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe.
Mom, what do you do at work?
Well, I help families just like ours feel safe and protected.
So kind of like superheroes.
Exactly. Whether it's your car, home, or even life insurance, I make sure families are covered when they need it the most.
So you're kind of like our superhero.
That's right. I'm Ashton Halterman, your local shelter insurance agent. Call me today and let's protect what matters most, your family.
Shelter insurance for your auto, home, and life. Call my mom, Ashton Halterman, at 318-343-3582 or stop by the office at 100 North Park Drive in Monroe.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments.
This is Coach Fitzhugh. Thanks for listening to Ouachita Christian Football on the OCS Eagles Football Network. And now back to the Farm Bureau broadcast booth.
Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
There's no...
All right, y'all, welcome back into the Farm Bureau broadcast booth, brought to you by Agent Chris Thomas. Gator Stadium, Brett Raley Field in Delhi, Louisiana, for another edition of Ouachita Christian Eagle football. I want to thank you for tuning in on Power 92.7 and the Ouachita Christian Sports Network for tonight's contest between the Delhi Charter Gators and your Ouachita Christian Eagles. My name's David Gordy, and it's going to be my privilege to bring you the play-by-play call tonight. Handling the color commentary tonight, it is my privilege to welcome the president of Ouachita Christian School, Micah Harper. And, you know, Coach, you were my offensive coordinator before you were president of the school, so for tonight, you're just going to have to be coach.
That's fine, David.
That's all I can do, but what a privilege to have you up here with us tonight. Daniel Kirkendall, coaching a little bit of flag football tonight. So in Daniel's absence, Coach, what a great time to have you up here. And, of course, down on the sideline, our man on the field with the Marion State Bank sideline report, Mike Gray. And, as usual, Donnie Haley up here bringing us all the numbers. And it looked like, let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray and a Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, we having a little technical difficulties up here tonight and unable to catch up with you and Coach Fitzhugh, but it did look like you had a chance to visit with him.
I did. One thing I was going to talk to him about was the fact that their number one quarterback is hurt. And I think he used to be in a shotgun. He was a good athlete. And now they're going under center a lot more with their backup quarterback. So I don't know what all we're going to see tonight. Probably a lot of dive option runs that they used to run. And he also wanted me to mention the honorary captain for tonight is Will Williamson.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard, Mike.
Yeah. Congratulations, Will, on your honorary captain for tonight. And grass is good. First game we've played on grass this year.
That's I'll tell you what, it's unusual too. And I would have game 6 maybe so far this season.
Yeah, but the field's in good shape, so should have a good night.
All right, thanks a lot. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Like to remind our listeners tonight that tonight's also being streamed live in high definition. You can just YouTube, Ouachita Christian Football, Delhi Charter. Heath and the boys do such a great job of bringing that product to everybody and anybody that wants to tune into it every week. And we want to thank them for what they do. You can watch the game and listen to our call on your TV, computer, smartphone, whatever you want. There's no shortage of ways to access Ouachita Christian Eagle football. Coach, not a real long drive tonight to make it over to Delhi, about 40, 50 miles over on I-20. For what should be, or maybe what we're hoping is going to be a good football game tonight.
Well, we hope so. They've got some big challenges ahead of them. The Gators do with 4 starters out, and they're both they're all 4 two-way players. So you're looking at 8 guys missing in the lineup for them. So that's going to be difficult to overcome, especially when you don't have much depth, and they don't.
It's any school coaching 2A. You lose that many guys, and it's going to be a challenge for any program. And the Eagles come in. It looked to me like, and of course Mike didn't mention it, but I'm really not aware of any significant injuries that we have, Coach. And I think we're going to pretty much have all the horses out there tonight.
No, some guys got hurt early in the year, and I think they're getting better. I know Micah Mosier's been nursing a high ankle sprain, and I think he's at his best, since he has been over the past 3 or 4 weeks. So I think Ridge Coates coming back from separating his shoulder, and he got a game in with it last week, and he's kind of got his feet wet again. So I think he's going to be fine.
Well, week 6 of the season is here already. 3rd week of district play, and tonight, what is not, Coach, it really hadn't been a very competitive matchup over the years against the Gators. The 10-game series between the two teams has the Eagles leading this one with 10 wins against no losses. This series dates back to 2009. The Eagles winning these games by an average of 25 to 30 points. But that was those games, and tonight is tonight's game, and that's why we play these things.
Yeah, you got to play the game. Yeah.
Coach, we're going to take a quick break from here in Delhi as we have tonight's invocation and national anthem. Come back and invite you to come back and join us for tonight's kickoff. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle Football on the Ouachita Christian Sports Network.
Oh, better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser.
Brush
that our flag was still there. Oh, send us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now, if you would please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask now that you would watch over us tonight as we enjoy this game. Take care of the students, Father, as they play. Keep them safe from injury. Keep all of us, Father, desiring good sportsmanship. And let all we do tonight be for your glory. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
You thought they didn't see your comments, petitions, and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack Wrap is back.
If your car or truck is broken down, or you locked your keys in your vehicle, or you just need a flat fix, call Bears Towing and Recovery at 388-3021. In fact, why not just save the number in your cell phone? That's 388-3021. Bears Towing is on call.
Always uplifting worship in Ouachita Christian School varsity football games. KBYO, Farmerville, Ruston, Monroe is the all-new Power 92.7. And now, back to OCS football.
This is Coach Fitzhugh. Thanks for listening to Ouachita Christian Football on the OCS Eagle Football Network. And now, back to the Farm Bureau broadcast booth.
Welcome back inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth, brought to you by Agent Chris Thomas. Following up just a little late on the coin toss, but let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray and a Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, how we do on the coin toss?
We won the coin toss. We're going to defer to the second half.
All right. Thanks a lot. Hey, Mike, by the way, what did we call?
We call tails.
That never fails. Tails never fails. It's a go-to, Coach. We love it. We love the tails. Thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Just before we get things underway, the Eagles come in tonight 5-0, coming off a big win over the Rayville Hornets last week, 51-6. The Gators enter tonight's contest at 1-4, coming off a tough loss to the Oak Grove Tigers, 42-12. The head coach of the Ouachita Christian Eagles in his 28th season is Stephen Fitzhugh. Coach Fitzhugh with a career record with the Eagles of 269 wins against 82 losses. The head coach for the Gators is Storm Ridgway. Coach Ridgway in his second year with Delhi Charter, a career record of 7 wins and 9 losses. Coach, the Eagles atop the polls again this week, currently ranked number 1 in the state according to the Class 2A Louisiana Sports Writers Association poll, which means nothing.
No,
right now.
Does not.
The Gators come in unranked according to the same poll. The Eagles come over tonight traveling whites. White jerseys, green numbers, green pants with, of course, the traditional Ouachita Christian gold helmet. The Gators, well, if you've ever seen the University of Florida play football in the swamp, that's what they look like. Blue jerseys, blue pants, orange trim, and orange helmets. Gavin Polk is getting ready to get this game underway. Got it teed up at the 40-yard line and is about to put foot to football. And Coach Gavin going to be kicking into the wind right now. Pretty stiff wind coming.
Yeah, that should hold that ball up and give the recovery team a chance to get under it.
Coach, that one's going to be fielded cleanly around the 2-yard line for the Gators. Pretty good coverage that time by the Eagles.
Good job. Everybody did a good job closing on the ball.
Let's see if they have the number. It's going to be Owen Martin on the return for Delhi Charter. Gators are going to start off with pretty decent field position. Martin picks up 16 yards on the return. So it's going to, well, let's see where they spot this one officially. Looks like right at the 20. I'm waiting for him to put it down. It's actually going to be at the 19. So first down and 10 for the for the Gators at their own 19-yard line to start this drive. Trying to get a number on the quarterback for Delhi Charter, and I hadn't seen it yet, but maybe it looks like number 12. But that can't be.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time working under center with him in the warm-ups, and
let's see if that's number 12, Ian Till, and that is. Till will be the quarterback for the Gators. They try the middle of that Eagle defense, Coach, and there's nothing going on in there.
Yeah, they're just running a little veer dive, something that you're familiar with from your old days of playing ball.
Maybe we had a little more success than they did that time, Coach, as the Eagles were ready for that one. Maybe a gain of 1. I don't know. I have to go to Donnie. It picks up 1 on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Gators. Ball now at their own 20-yard line. 11 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. No score in Delhi. First possession of the night for the Gators. Till will bring the Gators to the line. He goes under center, turns again. They're going to hand this one to the deep back coach. He's got some running room. That's number 4 for Delhi Charter. That's Jonas Carroll. Carroll's inside the 30-yard line, and he found a seam in the Eagle defense, and he exploited a great run that time by Delhi Charter.
Yeah, David, we brought up a 7-man front, and we were in man coverage all the way across the field, which left nobody deep. So when you break the line, it's a foot race then.
And Till obviously able to pick him up and put him down, coaches. He picks up 57 yards on the run. Actually 50, yeah. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Gators in Eagle territory at the Ouachita Christian 27-yard line. Till will bring the Gators to the line. 2 receivers, part of the package, and I backfield behind Till.
Uh-oh.
Eagles jump, and we may got away with one that time, Coach.
Yeah, I think so. That was close.
They'll try the fullback in the middle of the field, and nothing going on there. So it's no gain on the play, as it looked like he was number 30. That's Preston Ezel, and Ezel's going to make it to the line of scrimmage and no more. So 2nd down and 10 for the Gators.
Well, we're staying with our 7-man front, but we did go with free safety that time because they kept their tight end tight, and that gave us the opportunity to get somebody back.
2 receivers, part of the set. An I backfield behind number 12, Ian Till. Oh, boy, I tell you what, that time the Eagles are not having it, Coach. Bradshaw does a great job turning them in.
Yeah, we had good penetration inside, and that really blew up that play.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. And the Gators, Coach, now behind the sticks. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. As Mike Gray alluded to it earlier on when he had a chance to visit with Coach Fitzhugh, the Gators don't throw the football a lot, so when you're looking at 3rd and 13, you're going to have to try and figure out a way to do it. Most of the time it's through the air, but we'll see what Delhi Charter can come up with.
Well, they're moving Desai around and trying to bring him off the edge, and he really blew that play up last time.
3rd down and 13 for the Gators. Ball now at their own 28-yard line. They're going to try to run the option, and, the Eagles are all over that. They sniff it out and do a pretty good job as Carroll takes the pitch on the option, Coach. Not only is he not going to make it back to the line, he's going to lose a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 14 for Delhi Charter.
No, when you see that option, everybody's got to play responsibilities and take the guy they're supposed to have, and the Eagles did that, gave them no place to go. There were no options for them.
Well, it's we talked about being behind the chains on 3rd down. Now you're really behind the chains. 4th down and 14. They haven't changed the marker on the far side of the field, but 4th and 14 at the Eagle 30-yard line. Delhi Charter comes out with 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right, and I backfield behind Till. Till's going to turn, play action. Bradshaw with some immediate pressure. He's going to bring him down, almost intercepted. I don't know, though, Coach. Going to have to wait, but it looked like it took 1 hop, and it did. But in any case, it's going to be a turnover on downs. And you talked about Bradshaw a moment ago, Coach. That's I'm all over that one.
Yeah, they're playing him on both sides. He's going with the strength and then playing wide. He had containment. He almost came inside too much on that, but still recovered enough to get in his way.
Eagles come to the line. Senior quarterback Luke Vadreen brings the Eagles out. 2 receivers to Luke's left, 1 to his right. 1 running back with him in the backfield is Turner. Actually going to be playing a B-back as part of this set as well. High snap from center handled. Luke looks this one, throws to Turpin. Turpin's across the 50, makes one man miss across the 40, across the 35, before he's hemmed up and dropped around the 32, 33-yard line. But more than enough for a community pharmacy 1st down as the Eagles now in Gator territory at the Gator 22, a gain of 38 yards on the play.
David, that was one of our RPOs that Coach Vadreen's, he likes to run a lot because with Luke's experience, he does a good job reading that, counting the number of guys in the box and then deciding whether he's going to give it or throw it.
So it is going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Gator 32-yard line. Vadrine in the shotgun, 2 receivers right. Turns, hands this one to Turner. Turner's across the 30, now across the 25 before he's brought down at around the 15-yard line. But a nice run that time by Turner as he's going to have, again, more than enough for a community pharmacy first down. A gain of 16 on the play.
You can always count on Jude to run the ball hard.
Oh, my goodness. he's Coach, we really enjoy. Daniel and I both just love the way he runs the football just aggressively and with intent.
Well, he's a third-generation farmer that knows how to work hard.
Absolutely. Vadrine in the shotgun. 2 running backs join him. He's going to turn, hands this one to Jude. Jude's going to make the first man miss, and he's going to fall forward for, it looks like let's call it a gain of 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, the Eagles didn't block that very well. They had him in the backfield, but Turner, he's hard to bring down with one guy.
Well, it is going to bring up second down and 7. They put this football, it looks like it around the Gator 12, 13-yard line. Second down and 7. Vadrine in the shotgun. 1 receiver to his left. 2 running backs with him in the backfield. Luke gets a good snap from center this time. Gives it to Jude. And, Coach, he had a lot of company up front on him that time waiting.
He did, but he still got a lot of yardage. And I think they're a yard shy of the first down.
A gain of 5 on the play. It is going to bring up third down and right at a yard, as you mentioned, Coach, just shy of the first down marker. Still inside the Washam Agency 7-yard line. Big play here to keep this drive alive.
Yeah,
Third down and a yard.
The Gators are making them work.
This has been good for both of these football teams so far.
It's good for our young offensive lineman in there that needs some experience with this.
Going to turn and hand this one to Jude, and that offensive line responded, Coach. I think that Jude is so close to going to have more than enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think he's just inside the 2.
It is going to be a gain of 5 yards on the play, and they will spot it, Coach, right at the 2-yard line. So it's going to be first and goal for the Eagles inside the Washam Agency red zone at the 2-yard line. You talked about that young offensive line. Coach, that time they actually got a good push.
They did.
Able to see that pile move forward, and Jude picks up good yardage to set up first and goal at the 2. Eli Gray will join him in the backfield, an offset eye backfield. Hand this one inside the Jude. Touchdown, Ouachita Christian. As Jude Turner takes it in from 2 yards out, and that touchdown brought to you by the fine folks at Trinity Diamonds Direct.
David, talking about our young offensive line, and we do have a couple of veterans in there. You got Micah Mosier, but these young guys, they need this kind of drive where they are challenged because they've had some ball games where they haven't had to work to sustain blocks, and we need that. We need to kind of get our mindset on that.
Well, I think, and Coach, that's one of the things that Gavin Polk is going to line that one up and put that through the uprights as Gavin adds another Jim Taylor Buick GMC extra point attempt. As well, I tell you what, that's a lot, and there's something right there too, Coach. That you love to. I mean, it's just something new all the time with this with Polk as he continues to entertain just by kicking the football.
Well, that was actually a bad snap, but he did get it through. He made lemonade out of lemons on that one.
And I'll tell you another thing too. You talk about that, and I don't know that I brought it up enough all season, but the ability that Patrick Turpin has to get a hold of the football, and Turpin does a great job a lot of times of really making something that. I don't know. He's just able to make lemonade out of lemons as well.
Well, you got the top receiver handling the ball, and that helps. Have the good hands there.
Oh, no doubt about it. Well, let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray and Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, how you doing down there?
Good. It's a good way to flip the field there on that first down, throwing to Patrick.
Yeah.
And then just grinding it out from there. I see that they're going to try to stop the run. I don't know. Like Coach Harper said, I believe that the line is doing a lot better job sustaining their blocks. And, should be good. Should be good tonight.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report, echoing your thoughts too, Coach. Hey, great night to get some work for these young guys and get them a taste of having to push people around on the ball, over the ball.
Well, the last couple of ball games, we've had a lot of good field position. So, it's a good challenge to have to go the length of the field to score.
Well, I had bragged about our senior place kicker. And as soon as I really brag as much as I possibly can, Coach, he kicks this one out of bounds, and that's going to be a procedure call against the Eagles. Now, you know the rules probably a little bit better than I do, but I know they can make us kick it again. They can take it where it went out of bounds, or maybe an option at the 35.
The option is the 35 unless it goes out before the 35, and they'll get it where it goes out of bounds. Or they can make you re-kick. And with his kicking ability, I think they'll probably take it.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that they'll take the ball to the 35 as Gavin kicks up. First one I believe I've seen him kick out of bounds so far this season. But it is going to be 1st down and 10 for the Delhi Charter Gators. Their quarterback is number 12, Ian Till. Till's got 2 running backs behind him in an I backfield, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Till pulls this one down, and we've got penalty markers on the play.
Penalty marker on the field. False start.
And it's going to be a false start against the Gators, and they're going to be penalized 5 yards on the play. Coach, interesting to see them coming out throwing the football on 1st down that time.
Oh, yeah.
But won't be as interesting now that they're behind the chains as we're looking at 1st down and 15 from the 30.
Well, I think they're well prepared for this. They're trying to mix things up, give us different looks. Make some things happen. They've come to play. They're here to try to win the ball game.
1st down and 15 for Delhi Charter. 2nd possession of the game. First one ended in a turnover on downs. Till's going to lose the handle on this one. Going to be a late pitch, and boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of Eagle defenders back there in the backfield. As that time it looked like Carroll caught the ball. Coach, it looked like the pitch was a little behind him. He had to slow down. Not that it would have done a lot of good. A lot of penetration.
And our secondary reacted very quickly on that, and I think with their starting quarterback out, we've kind of put the threat of a pass on the back burner, and they're coming on with it. So we got to be careful of that.
It's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. It was 2nd and 15. Now you're looking at 1st and 15. Now you're looking at 2nd and 19. Till pulls this one down, looks to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. As it looked like he was looking for number 0, Caden Kennedy that time, Coach, but unable to make the connection. Pretty good coverage that time by the Eagles. Maybe got there just a hair early, but no penalty on the play. So it is going to bring up now a long 3rd and 19.
That I offense that they're running with that short fullback, the way that they're set up is something that Don Chow's had a lot of success with over at West Monroe, and I'm seeing more and more people try to run that.
It is. It's you begin to see a lot of teams. I know there's several in our neck of the woods that do it. Now Till's going to put this one in the air. He's got a receiver downfield, but that one's going to be incomplete. Really good coverage that time. It looked like, Coach, from Barrett Freeland running stride for stride with the receiver.
Barrett did a good job. Barrett, what he does need to do there at the end of that play is when that guy looks or makes a move to the ball, he's got to find the ball. And I know Coach Fitchie's working with our defensive backs on that, but that's going to be really paramount as we get into some of these challenges that we have coming up to really play that the way that it's supposed to be played.
Well, it's going to bring 4th down and 19. Patrick Turpin's going to drift deep for the Eagles. It looks like Till's going to handle the punting chores for the Gators as well. I say that's Till. Kind of tough. It's a 12 or a 13. It is. That's actually number 13. For Delhi Charter, that's Connor Baines. Baines gets this one down. Good coverage by Delhi as number 0, Caden Kennedy, gets downfield and does a good job of corralling a dangerous return man so far this season in Patrick Turpin. But good field position for the Eagles to start their 2nd drive of the night. First one ended in a touchdown. Punt covers 23 yards, and Patrick picks up 1 yard on the return. But 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at the Gator 48-yard line.
They did a good job covering that. The contain was there, and they made they did a good job on the tackle. Turpin's a hard one to bring down on the first guy. But,
a lot of success so far this season. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. 1 running back in the backfield. with senior quarterback Luke Vadreen. One receiver to his right, 3 to his left. Luke in the gun, gets a good snap from center, goes inside with Jude Turner, and well, Coach, the first two guys in that hole went for a ride as Turner delivers a blow there and gain of 8 yards on the play.
One-on-one with Jude after he's got a head of steam is a tough ask for your linebacker.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. It's going to bring up second down now and 2 for the Eagles. Ball at the Gator 40-yard line. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Ouachita Christian 7, Gators 0. Good snap. Luke handles it. Play action. Looks to throw. He's got Turpin. Turpin reels it in at the 30. Now he's across the 30, across the 35. Still on his feet. Trying to get down inside the 20 to a round that looks like they'll spot this one just shy of the 20-yard line. Call it the Gator 22-yard line. A nice throw and a nice catch and good run after the catch as Turpin's able to pick up 17, Coach.
I'm watching their defensive front, and they're doing a good job. The 5 guys inside, the 2 backers and the 3 down linemen. They're battling. Linebackers are playing downhill. Our line is doing a good job of picking them up. Yeah, we got a good football game going.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Gator 23-yard line. Vadreen in the shotgun. Single running back with him is Turner. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. High snap from center. Couldn't handle that one. Luke's going to lose a bundle here if he's lucky, and that'll be all. But, man, a high snap that time. He does a good job, Coach, and has all season of handling some of those high snaps, and that one just got away from him.
Second down.
Coach, second down and 26. We may have to put it in the air a little bit now.
Coach, it's a loss of 18 on the play, and it's Donnie's going to say second down at 28, and by the way, Coach, we never argue with Donnie.
Okay.
So it's going to be first down at 28 at the 41-yard line. A big bullet to bite that time. Gray in the backfield with Turner. 2 receivers right. Luke rolls. Throws this one and completes it to Turner. Jude's a lot to deal with out in the flat. He's going to make one man. Oh, it is Ridge, Coach. And Coach is still a lot to deal with. Yeah. He's going to get all the lost yardage on the snap almost back, Coach. As a really tough run that time by Ridge, Coach, as he does a great job getting upfield after the catch.
I told Ridge, hit with that right shoulder.
A gain of 19 yards on the play. So now we're going to be looking at 3rd and 10. Much more manageable down in distance for the Eagles here, as it looks like they'll have it 3rd and 10 right at the Gator 23-yard line.
And Luke did a good job on that. Once he made his play fake, he got his feet set quickly so he could, put the ball on target.
Rich catching it in stride, too, Coach. Not having to slow down, just able to get it and make his move upfield. 3 receivers to Luke's left, 1 to his right. Luke's going to roll. Sets his feet, lets this one go. A well-thrown football that time, Coach, as he puts it high puts it on the outside shoulder, leads his receiver out of bounds. The question is, we got a penalty marker on the play. Looks like 2 penalty markers on the play, and Coach, you're throwing it right in the area of holding.
Yeah, one of the things I'm liking about Luke is he's really looking comfortable with the offense. He knows where everybody's supposed to be. And, that's such a plus when you got a guy starting his 3rd year that's controlling that and the things that he's seeing it quicker, he's reading it faster. The arm's stronger. My hat's really off to him and the job that his dad has done coaching him.
Well, we've all been able to see that maturation process take place, Coach. And I mean, it's I tell you what, he's one of those guys where he's gotten a little bit better every year. It looks like he's a little more comfortable every year that goes by, and this year's been no exception as he's fallen into the role of a senior starting quarterback extremely well. And he needs to right here because the Eagles are looking at 3rd and 15. That's an ineligible receiver downfield was a penalty against the Eagles. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Good snap from center this time. Luke with time to set his feet. That ball got tipped, and it's going to be intercepted. I don't know if it was tipped, Coach, or his arm got hit.
It was tipped. I think guy coming off the edge, a defensive end, just got his hand on it as he released it.
The Gators are going to in this Eagle drive, second one of the night with an interception. And Coach, you mentioned it. You said it a few moments ago. Pretty good penetration from that Gator defense. That time they do get home, and unfortunately, Luke unable to unload it quick enough, and the Gators are going to come up with a turnover early in this game, only trailing 7-0 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that lineman downfield penalty that set us back, that's a result of running those RPOs, and sometimes a lineman just gets over ambitious because he's actually, starts out run blocking because he doesn't know if the quarterback's going to give it or throw it. And they just got to be careful not taking their block too far downfield.
Well, the Gators are going to try the edge. A little sweep play that time, but we got to.
That's Turpin.
We got Turpin with the stop.
No, that wasn't Turpin.
Actually, who was that? Looked like number 2 for the Eagles is that's Hunter Traxler. But Coach, we got a penalty marker on the play, and
that was our defensive end.
We're going to see if this one's going to go against the Eagles or the Gators. Kind of thrown in the vicinity of holding, and that's exactly what it is. It's a holding call against Delhi Charter, but Coach Fitzhugh elects to decline the penalty because about maybe a 3-yard loss. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for Delhi Charter. They put this football at the Gator 12.
I like what the Eagles are doing with their secondary. They're playing a loose man, and they're doing a good job of reading things and coming up, and they see the run.
2nd down and 13 for Delhi Charter.
And we're back really again where we really don't have a safety back. We are a little vulnerable to a long play, but this just the mentality with our defense to get up there and get after it. I think it's something that we really need to work on.
Well, Till, that time, speaking of getting after it, Coach, they got after the quarterback as Ian Till kept that one himself, lost a yard on the play, and the Gators are heading in the wrong direction right now. So you're going to be looking at 3rd and right at 14. For Delhi Charter, they put this at the Gator 13-yard line. 24 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Ouachita Christian 7, Delhi Charter 0. 3rd possession of the night for the Gators, coming off an Eagle interception. Till goes under center. And I think we're going to have some movement up front
that tight
against
end
the Gators.
Was a little quick for the Gators.
Oh, yeah, I think he was.
He left a little early.
I hate to give him too much recognition, but it looked like number 22, Aston Williams, got off just a little ahead of the snap. I tell you what, Coach, he was running with intention, though. He came off quick.
Yeah, he's somebody they should be covering.
I would agree. So man. I tell you, when it rains, it pours, Coach. You're behind the chains, and now we're going to go 5 yards further.
And really, we did not have anybody over the top with him. We had a safety in the middle who was playing kind of shallow for safety, and he had our secondary split.
Well, Coach, it's going to bring it into the first quarter of play. I always want to recognize our first quarter sponsor from tonight's contest, Bayou Bariatrics. Bayou Bariatrics, specializing in weight loss surgery, weight loss injections, body sculpting, M-Sculpt, and IV infusions, vitamin injections. Call 318-398-2984 to schedule your free consultation. Again, we want to thank the fine folks at Bayou Bariatrics for their continued support of Ouachita Christian Eagle Athletics as we come to the end of the first quarter. Let's go down to the sideline. Check in with Mike Gray at Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, how you doing down there? Mike?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. It's really loud down here. The YMCA is drowning everything out.
Well, are you doing the YMCA, Mike? That's what I need to know. No? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Well, I tell you what, man, how great is it to have Coach Harper on the radio with us tonight?
David, you need to be worried about your job. He's doing a jam-up job. He's actually very knowledgeable about football, surprisingly.
You think? Yeah, it is shocking, isn't it? All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report.
I'm just happy to be with two guys I've known for a long time.
Oh, Coach, I'm telling you.
We have seen a lot of football
Don't
together.
start, Coach. I'm telling you, it's a really neat night for us as well. I can tell you that. All right, so as much fun as we're having, the Delhi Charter Gators are maybe not having that much fun right now, at least on this drive. They need a big play to keep this thing going. It's going to be 3rd down, and I think Donnie told me 18.
Well, David, getting through the first quarter, both teams are kind of getting a look at what each doing and understanding it some. So now you've got to scheme a little bit.
It is going to be 3rd down and 18 for the Gators. Actually, Donnie tells me 17. And again, don't argue with Donnie. 3rd and 17 for Delhi Charter at this, looks like maybe the 8-yard line. Big play right here for Delhi Charter if they want to keep this drive alive. And this is a long way to go. And now it looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by the Gators. All timeouts sponsored by the fine folks at Campbell House, attorneys at law. Anytime we got a timeout, they're sponsored by the fine folks at Campbell and House, attorneys at law. Don't get played. Call Wade. You got to call Wade at 318-855-0285. Again, we want to thank the fine folks at Campbell and House, attorneys at law, for sponsoring all of our timeouts.
Yeah, David, I think in this situation, 3rd and long, I'd keep an eye on Desai coming off the edge, making some havoc in that backfield.
Well, you got to think they're going to have to try and throw this football. And, Coach, he has just been one of those, really, really bright spots, especially from, when Daniel and I are broadcasting these games. We get a really nice perspective. You get to see a lot of the field and see everything. And, boy, he is just very, very difficult to deal with for coming off the edge for all the teams we've faced so far.
And you expect us to just back off our aggressive coverage that we've had here in this situation and have one, maybe 2 safeties back playing a cover 2.
You better get rid of it in a hurry, because if he's coming, he's really, really quick off the edge. 3rd down and 17 for Delhi Charter. Ball at their own 12-yard line.
And we've kind of gone to a 1-3.
Till's going to go under center. He's going to roll out, looks to throw, put some air into this one, and he was looking for number 22, Coach. We were thinking that's who we might want to cover, and we had somebody running stride for stride with him.
Yeah, they do seem to be favoring their tight end on these pass plays.
It is going to bring up 4th down and long for the Gators, though, and they're going to have to punt this football. And again, did a great job with punt coverage on their last punt, as Turpin able to get a yard out of it, but I will tell you, Patrick's standing at the 30-yard line, and he can be a very dangerous return man.
They are punting out of the end zone into the wind, an unusually brisky wind tonight.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to be number 13 for the Gators, Connor Baines. Baines stands in his end zone. Turpin stands at the Gator 30, and that was blocked.
They went after it, yeah.
And guess who's going to recover it for Coach? I'm telling you, I think that's his 3rd touchdown of the year on a blocked punt.
He is cleaning up those blocked punts.
Oh, my goodness. That's exactly what happens as he takes it in for the touchdown, and the Eagles are going to score another special teams touchdown as Desai covers that one in the end zone, and that's going to add to the Eagle lead. I tell you what, Desai Bradshaw is I don't know, Coach. I mean, you've been around for a while, but I've been around for a while. I don't remember anybody recovering 3 punts for touchdowns in a season, let alone the first 6 games.
Well, he's got a knack for being in the right place at the right time.
I guess he does. We'll have to go down to Mike Gray. Maybe Mike remembered our first state championship, too, by the way, Coach, was in powerlifting, not in football. I mean, he's that guy. And I checked him out, too, by the way. He was right. As Gavin comes on for the extra point attempt, and he kicks that one out to the cotton field as he's kicking with the wind, and, man, he hammered that one, and that one's good. Another Jim Taylor Buick GMC extra point attempt goes through the uprights.
Well, on that punt, when you see 10 guys up on the line, you got to think, oh, they're going after it, Boy,
that's tough. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray in a Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, I know that's got to be the 3rd one he's recovered for a touchdown this year.
I think it is 3, and he was in the right place at the right time that time. He didn't block it, but it bounced where he was the only one that could get to it before it went out the back of the end zone. And,
I've seen a guy maybe do that once in his career, Mike, maybe once, in a season, but 3 recovered punts that were blocked in the end zone by the same guy.
Yeah, that just tells you he's always around the ball.
That's true. That's true.
That's where we need him.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, I think our offense needs the work, but the defense is taking that away from them.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Gavin Polk tees it up at the 40-yard line. He's kicking with the wind this time, and boy, is he. That one's going to be a low-line drive kick that's going to – oh, no.
Went out of bounds. Went out of bounds on the 1.
That is I tell you what, if he was punting, Coach, that would be one for the ages. But instead, it's going to be a procedure call, and it looks like if I'm the Gators, they'll probably take it at the 35.
Well, Gavin did a pregame warm-up. He did a lot of kicking with the wind, and I think he's just a little over anxious to see how far he can kick the ball under these conditions, and he's hitting it a little awkward. And you know, he just needs to settle down, be himself, and he may put one through the uprights on a kickoff.
Oh, absolutely. And Coach, the good thing about it is you know he'll make the adjustments and he'll take the time. Mm-hmm. First down and 10 for the Gators, though. They do get good field position here as they'll find themselves at their own 35-yard line. Till's got an eye backfield behind him. Till's going to call his own number on a quarterback sneak, and that may be one of the better runs that the Gators have had so far tonight. He's going to pick up 5 yards on the play and bring up second down and 5. As Coach, the Gators this time actually stay out in front of the sticks and pick up 5 yards on the first play.
He caught the defensive front flat-footed on that by coming up and going on a quick count and just going right at him. You know, little lessons you got to learn. You got to be ready.
Second down and 5 for the Gators now at their own 40-yard line. 11:21 left to play here in the second quarter. Eagles leading this contest now 14-0. Till with an eye backfield behind him, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Till's going to give this one to the up-back, the fullback out of this formation. And, boy, I tell you, the Eagle defense, Coach, really stingy there in the middle. A gain of 2 yards on the play.
You got a little bit of action going on the lines there. You know, their offensive line is coming off the ball, and our guys are trying to match it.
Third down and 4 for Delhi Charter. Still in this ball game at 14-0. The offense has had moments of success, a big run to start tonight's game, but they're going to have to pick up some yardage here to keep this drive alive. Till will go under center with an eye backfield behind him. He turns, hands this one again to the fullback. The fullback for Delhi Charter is actually number 6, Markel Dunn. Coach, he gets a yard, but boy, it's really tough running inside with that Eagle defense. And now you're looking at 3rd down and 2. Or actually 3rd and 4. They'll put this right at the, let's call it the 43-yard line. And actually, that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, if they go for this, if I was them, I would run behind their left guard, number 55. He's an impressive young man. He's coming off the ball low, hard. So we got to be ready for it.
Okay, I kept looking at the yard at the down marker, Coach. It is 4th and 2 for the Gators.
And they did try to run behind the left guard, but the Eagles were there.
Oh my goodness, Coach, were they ever? Boy, I tell you what, we followed that one right into the hole. That was number 6 for the Gators, actually Markel Dunn, and the Eagle defense really stiff that time. But hey, credit to the Gators, Coach. They put it on the line, trying to pick up that first down, and unfortunately for the Gators, unable to do it. But great defense that time by the Eagles, and it's going to result in a turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 for Ouachita Christian, already in Gator territory at the Delhi Charter 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to his right. Luke Vadrine comes out with 4 wide. Lone running back with him is Jude Turner. Man in motion across the formation as Coates. Good snap from center this time. Luke sets his feet, throws a shot across the middle. Nice throw and a nice catch that time by Luke Edwards. And another example, Coach, a live arm back there by Luke Vadrine as he put that one right on the money.
Well, it looks like the Gators are playing a 2-deep zone, you know, and so Luke did a good job there finding the open spot in the zone and hitting him right on time. And, you know, to do that, you can't throw it when he gets open. You got to anticipate he's going to be open and put it in the soft spot, and that's exactly what Luke did.
Well thrown football that time. Luke keeps it on the ground. The Eagles keep it on the ground with Jude Turner. Jude Turner, Coach, I'm telling you, you said it a few minutes ago, when he gets going, I mean, you know, you just don't want to. It's going to be a nice gain on the play. He just runs his toss sweep, really essentially a gain of 18 yards on the play. And, I mean, it's not a one-man job to bring him down as, he took several Gators with him down the field. It's going to be 1st down, and it looks like 1st and goal at around the 8-yard line for the Eagles here.
Jude looks a little quicker tonight. He's running a little bit harder, and I think he's been a little banged up. He's had trouble with his knee, and I think he's 100% tonight, and it's showing.
Man, he looks good. First down and goal for the Eagles at the Gator 8-yard line. Vadrine in the shotgun. Turner joins him in the gun. Turns. Play action. Luke rolls. Unloads this one. He's got Turpin touchdown. Ouachita Christian. A well-thrown football that time by senior quarterback Luke Vadrine. He gets it in from 8 yards out, Coach, and a well-thrown ball and a nice catch by Turpin.
David, that's no one else may know what we're talking about, but going back to your day in '87, that's counter pass.
Oh, my goodness.
That is a play that we scored on a lot in the playoffs.
Still scoring on it a lot now.
And it still works. It's still a good play.
Oh, well-thrown football that time and a nice route as Turpin executes the counter pass, and so does Luke as they team up on that. And Gavin Polk, man, he hit that one, and that one's going to go out. They're going to have to maybe go out in the cotton field to pick that one up. Gavin's kick goes through the uprights. That extra point attempt brought to you by the fine folks at Jim Taylor Buick GMC. That touchdown and all Ouachita Christian touchdowns brought to you by the fine folks at Trinity Diamonds Direct. For all your diamond needs, visit their store located on Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Counter pass is still making hay, isn't it, Coach?
Counter pass is still good.
That's good stuff. It's good stuff. Nice night for football, too, over here in Delhi. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray. And Mike, for Coach and I, we're not getting to enjoy it, but I got to tell you, I think it's got to be kind of cooling off and feeling a little footballish down there this time of the year.
Yeah, it's good weather down here tonight. Light breeze, no mosquitoes. So
I know you don't like the mosquitoes, right, Mike?
I do not.
All right.
So
All right.
hopefully he'll put this one in the end zone. Let's just get it at the 20 here.
I hear you. Thanks a lot. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. Gavin Polk tees it up at the 40-yard line. Going to get his leg into this one, and boy, does he. He kicks that one with the wind. And, Coach, you mentioned it only a moment ago. The next one might go through the uprights. It wasn't far from it as he
put
hammered
that
that
on
one.
the goal line, or the end zone line. And
so the Gators are going to touch this one back. And looks like they'll have the ball first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And I think you touched on it, Coach. He's going to find his rhythm. He's going to relax, and he'll probably kick the next one through the end zone, and that's exactly what he does. As that one couldn't have been hit any better. And it's going to be first down and 10 for the Gators at their own 20-yard line. Ian Till, a sophomore quarterback, will bring the Gators to the line, number 12. His tailback is Jonas Carroll. An eye backfield behind Till. He's going to turns him, pitches this one to Carroll. My goodness, there's a lot of penetration back there in the backfield. As the Eagles are all over it, Coach, going to be a loss of 3 on first down.
Second down.
yeah, the defense is stepping it up, and we're gonna need that down the stretch. And Hunter Traxler's playing a lot of linebacker now. He started out as a defensive end last year, and they've moved him around some, and he's handled it very well. I think he's doing a good job.
Loss of 3 on the play is going to bring up second down and 13 for the Gators. They'll move this one back to the Delhi Charter 18-yard line.
If Traxler is not making the tackle, he's near the ball.
Second and 13. Till turns. They're going to run the option, and they do get the option pitch out. Boy, Coach, that Eagle defense is all over it. A lot of penetration back there in the backfield. Going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it looks like we're doing a better job of tackling. I know the defensive coaches have been emphasizing that, because you go back to the Jamboree, we did not tackle well. And I seem to be getting better and better. And right there, you had a lot of guys getting to the ball. They're putting bodies on the ball carrier. They're wrapping him up, and that's what you got to do to stop good backs.
It is going to be a loss of 1 yard on the play. The loss of the first 3. So you're looking at 3rd and 14 now for the Gators. They move this ball back to the Delhi Charter 15-yard line. Till looks to throw. Puts some air into this one, and unfortunately for Till, that's going to – Coach, it looked like we may have had a chance at an interception that time. It looked like Brooks Jones almost picked that one off, but unfortunately unable to come up with it. But it is going to bring up 4th down and long for the Gators, and I would imagine they'll have to punt this football. And, Coach, the first punt we had as good as the Gators did. I mean, great coverage and a nice punt. Mm-hmm. The second time was, not so much, as the Eagles able to block it and go into the end zone. Interested to see how the Gators will handle this 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and 14. Their punter is number 13, Connor Baines. Baines is going to stand at his 5-yard line.
But it doesn't look like we have a punt block on.
Actually, we're going to let this one go as Turpin lets that one take a Gator roll. And it looks like they'll kill it right at the 50-yard line, right at midfield where the Eagles will take over with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
You know, the Gators, with the challenge they have with a lot of guys injured going into this ball game, you could let that get to you, come out and fight, and I think they've come out and put a good effort out on the field. You know, the quarterback's he hasn't been starting, so he's got to work on getting a little timing down with his receivers, and but they are playing hard up front.
Absolutely, Coach. These guys came out. I mean, you touched on it earlier. These guys came out here to win a football game. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at midfield. Luke Vadrine in the shotgun. Gray and Turner in the backfield. Good snap from center. Luke looks to throw. Puts some air under this one. He's got a receiver, and it's going to go, just over the outstretched arms of number 15. It looked like Aaron Eldridge on the outside, Coach, and it's going to be incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Now, that was an RPO. That was a straight read by the quarterback. You know, he looks up, counts less than 7 in the box, or more than 6 or 7 in the box, and he is going to put it in the air like that, because that gives him a one-on-one coverage on the outside and one guy to beat. Receiver ran a good route. We just couldn't get the ball there.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. 2 running backs in the backfield with Luke. Luke in the shotgun. A good snap from center. Turns, hands this one to Gray. Gray's going to try the out. Boy, I tell you what, nice job that time on the outside edge for the Gators, Coach. As they set the edge, they run Gray out of bounds after a gain of 1.
You know, you pull Jude Turner out and you bring in Eli Gray, and you don't take a step back because he runs hard, he's quick.
3rd down.
A lot of the same style. I mean, I tell you another too, Coach. I mean, we've had a chance to have a chance to watch Joseph Post run the football on a few occasions. Joseph Post, a guy with some really good feet, good speed.
He's
tough runner as
impressive.
well.
He's not afraid to stick it up in there.
Oh, no, not at all. Gain of 1 yard on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Ball at the Gator 49-yard line. Vadrine calls for the ball. Got plenty of time in the pocket. Throws this one downfield, and that one's going to be complete to number 14, Luke Edwards. Edwards is going to make one man miss as he goes across the 30-yard line. Going to have more than enough for a community pharmacy 1st down. A nice throw and a nice catch and run after the catch that time for Edwards. A gain of 21 yards on the play and 1st down for the Eagles.
That's what they call their dig play. You know, he does a 10, 15-yard in by the wide out, and it's a good play against the zone coverage like that. And Luke just did a good job waiting for him to clear and find that soft spot.
Nice throw that time, too, Coach. Luke put it right on him.
Put it right on the money.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Gator 28-yard line. Vadrine in the shotgun with 2 running backs in the gun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Turns, hands this one inside to Gray. Gray moving his feet, moving down the field, moving a pile with him. It's going to take 4 Gators to drag him down. A tough run that time by Gray. Coach, he moved the pile, and you talk about yards after contact. A gain of 12 yards.
Hard, but I have to say that Micah Mosier's second effort downfield also helped him pick up a few extra yards.
It's going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. Trying to get into and actually have gotten into the Washam Agency red zone with the football at the Gators 16-yard line. Vadrine in the shotgun. 2 running backs join him in the gun. Gray and Turner, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Luke calls for the ball and gets a good snap from center. Goes inside with Jude. Jude trying to push that pile, but Coach, the Gator defense again.
They did a good job.
Some tough guys up front. It's going to make Jude's actually going to, even when they make a good play, he picks up 3 yards, but it's going to be 2nd down and 7 inside the Washam Agency red zone at the Gator 13.
On that previous play, when you see an offensive lineman 10 yards downfield blocking, chances are it's going to be Micah Mosier, the senior leader of that offensive line.
The kid loves to play. You know what he does? He just loves to play football.
He does.
He just loves the game. He does. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Gators. Ball or for the Eagles at the Gator 13-yard line. Luke sends a man in motion. Oh, he's going to lose a handle on the snap, but he recovers, puts some air in there. He's got a receiver wide open. Touchdown, Ouachita Christian. Number 14, Luke Edwards, is going to haul it in the corner of the end zone. A well-thrown football and a great catch by Luke that time. The touchdown's going to cover 13 yards, and the Eagles are going to increase their lead. Well-thrown ball that time.
Well, he's wide open. You had the free safety play in the middle of the field, and the corner bit on our wide out, and that left him wide open coming across to the deep corner of the end zone. There was nobody back there.
A good throw and a nice catch that time too. Is Gavin's going to come on for the Jim Taylor Buick GMC extra point. Going to be kicking with the wind here, and man, he got a hold of that one.
Yeah, what opened him up, got him so wide open on that last play, is you had the corner playing man and the safety playing zone. And I think there must have been a communication issue on that, which just left the corner of the end zone wide open. There's nobody there.
Interesting too, Coach, is he's able to make that correction. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a bad snap, but we had kind of a high snap. Luke unable to secure it. He had to re-secure it, kind of juggled it a little bit. But again, we talked about the composure of a senior quarterback. I mean, you know, you get some of these younger guys, you know, maybe you don't lose a handle. He doesn't lose his composure. Yeah. He settles down, and he delivers a beautiful pass over in the corner of the end zone to a receiver.
What I see Luke doing better this year is in a panic situation like that, he gets his eyes downfield. You know, and a lot of times a quarterback will kind of protect himself, but not him. He's looking to make a play throughout the whole play until the play's over.
Well-thrown football, well executed. Gavin's going to get into this one from the 40-yard line, and again, he hammers this one, and that one is going to travel through the end zone. As Coach, we talked about it. I think you told me I'm thinking you may know a little bit about this. You told me, look, Gavin will probably take a deep breath. He'll probably get things, you know, kind of situated, and he'll probably start kicking. And boy, has he kicked! The last two have traveled through the end zone.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Fitzhugh gives him a shot at a record field goal tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm telling you right now, if he kicks a field goal like that without my normal color commentator, without Daniel Kirkendall being here for it, he's going to be sick in his stomach. He's sick, absolutely sick. It is going to be first down and 10 for the Gators. They got their ball at their own 20-yard line following the touchback. Till goes under center, sneak. And he tries to catch him napping, Coach. You said he caught him the first time. I think the Eagles were a little more ready for that quick count as he picks up a yard, and it's going to bring up second down and 9. Put this at the 21-yard line. Yeah, maybe Donnie's going to say 2, so let's give him 2 yards. Second and 8 at the 22.
You know, I think the front's playing better. They're starting to really understand what's expected of them, but I'm impressed with their secondary. I think their secondary is much improved from last year. You know, they're with this loose man, they're able to play the pass and then make plays on the run, and some of them come up and made plays in the backfield.
Till's going to turn. This time he hands it to the deep back, Coach, and boy, did he get unloaded. The Eagles, a host of Eagles defenders back there in the backfield, lost of 2 yards on the play. So they picked up 2 on the first down and lost 2. So now you're going to be looking at 3rd and 10 back at the 20-yard line. Good penetration that time by the Eagle defensive front.
And Traxler did a good job of running the right angle and finding the open gap.
3rd down and 10 for the Gators. Ball at their own 20-yard line. Going to need to get something going through the air, Coach. Delhi just really hadn't had a lot of success throwing the football.
Well, we're back to that big field position advantage that we've seen the last few ball games.
Till looks to throw, Coach. He's going to be drugged down, and I'm afraid it's going to be. Yeah, we got multiple penalties on the play, and that's one way to get to pick up the first down, and that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen. It's probably going to be a personal foul called against the Eagles for the face mask, and that's going to be more than enough yardage for the first down here as the Gators looking at 3rd down and long.
Well, I think the coaches need to start looking at maybe using some defensive timeouts now with a first down. You know,
2
to
minutes
save
and 49
save
seconds.
some clock if they want to work on that 2-minute offense a little bit before the half.
It's a great call, Coach. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Our second quarter sponsor, the fine folks at D&H Sporting Goods. 2 locations, Bastrop and Sterlington, to serve you. Stop by D&H Sporting Goods for all your Ouachita Christian Eagle gear. And they got a fine selection of Ouachita Christian gear for you to choose from. I want to thank a longtime supporter of Ouachita Christian Eagle football, the fine folks at D&H Sporting Goods. Following the penalty, Coach, it was a face mask, unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Eagles, so it's going to be first down and 10 for the Gators, now at their own 30-yard line. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to play here in the half. Till goes to work out of, and I think that, Coach, it looked like we jumped, but we may have been, I don't know, we may have seen some movement on the offensive line, and it is going to be a false start.
The right tackle was in our was across the line with our linebackers. So unless he was provoked, it's going to be on them.
It is going to go against the Gators, and man, here we go again, behind the chains without even snapping the football. So it is going to be first down and 15 for Delhi Charter. They'll move this one back to the Gator 25. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play here in the half. Coach, you alluded to clock management being key. If the Eagles can try to come up with another possession and a little time to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, if they run this ball, we need a timeout.
Till goes to the line with an eye backfield behind him. 2 receivers to Till's left, none to his right. Going to turn, hands this one to his tailback. And that actually looks like number 6, Markel Dunn. Dunn will find a little bit of running room, maybe picks up 2-3 yards on the play, and actually that was not Dunn. That was Jonas Carroll. As Carroll picks up 3 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up second down and 13.
You know, they're going to let the clock run, and this is they're going to run off 30 seconds on us. And
second down and 13 for the Gators. Ball at their own 28-yard line. Clock running, Coach, as you alluded to, inside of 2 minutes and 10 seconds now.
I think it's a lot of fun to be up here in the booth second-guessing the coaches.
It's good. Coach, you don't know the half of it. A gain of turns. He hands this one to number 6. That's Markel Dunn, and Dunn's going to pick up, picks up 6 yards on the play.
I think they're going to use a timeout.
That's exactly what just happened, Coach. We've got a timeout taken by the Eagles. And you know what? All the timeouts that are taken, Coach, are brought to you by the fine folks at Campbell and House Attorneys at Law. All of them. Don't get played. You got to call Wade. Call Wade at 318-855-0285. Again, that's 318-855-0285. The fine folks at Campbell and House Attorneys at Law bringing you our timeouts. And Coach, it looks like I'm telling you, it is so much easier to second guess the coaches from up here. It's unbelievable how easy it is to do. But I think the reality of this is the Gators are going to find themselves in a pretty tough spot here. They're going to be looking at 3rd and 6. Ball at their own 34-yard line. 1 minute and 59 seconds left to play here in the half. If the Gators aren't able to come up with this first down, you've got to think the Eagles are going to get their hands on the football one more time before the half. And
I hope so. I think they will. We did give them 30 seconds, but you know, I think armchair quarterbacks are clock management experts.
It's Coach, I'm telling you, it's super easy. We do it all the time up here. All the time. 3rd down and 7. Or actually 6 for the Gators. Gain of 6 yards on the last play. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Delhi Charter. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Quarterback Ian Till will bring the Gators to the line.
Yep. They had movement by this wide receiver on the bottom.
Coach, we got flags
32.
immediately up, and it looks
number
like
32 jumped.
Looks like he's going to be the victim of the call, and if his body language is any indication, it was definitely number 32 as he makes his way to the sideline. But that's going to be a very costly 5-yard penalty against the Gators. So you're going to be looking now at 3rd down and 11 for Delhi Charter. They back this one inside the 30-yard line, call it the Gator 29. Minute and 58 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Ouachita Christian 28, Delhi Charter 0. Till goes under center with an eye backfield behind him. 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Till's going to turn. He hands this one inside, and that's going to be number 4 on the carry for the Gators. Carroll's had a tough time running the football tonight, Coach, but he's still running hard. As it looks like he'll pick up 5 on the play.
With the way he hits it up in there. He's not shy. He gets his shoulders down. He runs hard.
It's going to be 4th down and 5. It looks like the Gators have taken another time. Actually, not the Gators, Coach. The Eagles have taken another timeout, brought to you by the fine folks at Campbell & House Attorneys at Law. And the Eagles just killed the clock. And Coach, you know what, Coach? I'm telling you, if my friend Daniel was up here, he would tell you that we're getting ready to set up a free kick. And if you look at how many people we have deep and you look at the area of the field and the punter's leg, I think they're going to let him kick this one and hope for the best.
I think into the wind, we need to move up a little bit.
And we're going to signal the fair catch, and it's secured. But, Coach, that's a long,
you're
long ways from home, Coach.
You're talking 65
Oh,
yards.
Coach, that's a long ways from home, but he's winging. He's winning it.
He does get a running start.
Coach, he's coming out. He's coming out.
So, he is going to have a little more distance.
Oh, my. This is going to be a bomb. If he kicks it, I got to wait for Donnie to do some math, Coach. And right now, he's perplexed. He's looking at it now, and he's thinking, it is 65 yards.
He does have the leg. He's going to have to hit it right, but he's got the leg. On his kickoffs, which were 5 yards back, we're landing on the end of the end zone.
Coach, the flag, Old Glory back there is she's got a little something on her. Now, the Gators are going to send somebody deep. I don't know, Coach, but I'm pretty sure they can return this. But I don't know if it goes into the end zone that he can.
See, he's not doing it, but he can put this on a tee and get back like a kickoff and kick it that way. He does not have to approach this like a field goal.
Gavin Polk is going to line up a free kick from 65 yards out.
He is approaching it like a field goal. And I because his kickoffs, he did have the distance to do this on a couple of his kickoffs.
I would agree as well, Coach, but he's got Turpin to hold, and now maybe Coach Fitzhugh is going to talk to him a little bit. Say, hey, man, get that tee out. Now, the Gators are going to send somebody deep. Coach, I don't know what the rule on a free kick is. I know that typically if it crosses or breaks the plane, it's not going to be able to be returned no matter what kind of kick it is.
If it crosses the plane of the goal line, they cannot return it. But if it doesn't, they can return this.
All right, Gavin's going to line it up. He's going to try a free kick from 65 yards out. And he's going to approach this with 3 steps. Not a typical run-up. Gavin gets his leg into it. Oh, my goodness, Coach. It's got a chance.
Oh, it was just short.
Holy
it was just
smokes.
Short.
Wow. Oh, Coach. Whew. All right, so the Eagles are going to give this thing back to the Gators, but it did break the plane to the goal line, Coach, so I think it's going to come out to the 20. It'll be first down and 10.
Free kick, it's played just like a kickoff once it crosses that goal line.
So first down and 10 for Delhi Charter at their own 20-yard line. Man, I'm telling you, Coach, you got to tip your hat to Coach Fitzhugh, too. I mean, just so aware of what's going on and giving an opportunity to a guy like Gavin. I mean, you're not going to find a guy that works harder to try and be great at his craft.
No, you've got a team player that over the past 4 years has worked his tail off, like you said, to get where he's at. He's got colleges looking at him.
And I'm telling you, he is. He's a bright light, man. He's just somebody you just really, it's easy to cheer for. First down and 10 for the Gators. They're going to take the free kick. Not going to find a whole lot of running room. As that time, Coach, I'm going to tell you somebody who jumps out on you when you watch film for Ouachita Christian defensively. Desai Bradshaw, of course, he does. But I'm going to tell you, I told Daniel this week, I had a chance to watch a little film, and, man, Cooper Thomas, it seems like that guy is either in on every tackle or close to being in on every tackle for this Ouachita Christian defense. I mean, a motor, and he is just always flying to the football.
Well, Cooper Thomas, if you know the young man, he is a very self-disciplined individual, and he's going to do what he's told to do. He's going to do it right out there on the field. And that's why he's around the ball a lot and he makes plays.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a timeout on the field brought to you by Campbell and House. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick station ID. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle Football on the Ouachita Christian Sports Network.
Always uplifting worship and Ouachita Christian School varsity football games. KBYO, Farmerville, Ruston, Monroe is the all-new Power 92.7. And now, back to OCS football.
Welcome back inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth, brought to you by Agent Chris Thomas. Gator Stadium, Brett Raley Field, campus of Delhi Charter High School in Delhi, Louisiana. The Ouachita Christian Eagles out in front of the Delhi Charter Gators right now, 28-0. Second down and 9 for Delhi Charter, ball at their own 21-yard line. Minute and 35 left to play. They turn and hand this one, and it looks like, well, Coach, I thought the ball was on the ground, but it turned out to be a shoe. But maybe the ball was on the ground. The Eagles looked like they may have come away with it. And no official signal yet. Maybe they're saying he was down. But we're going to wind the clock. And, that's what they'll do.
Been down. If they're winding the clock, he was down. Yeah, you bring up about Cooper Thomas, and I've been impressed with him for a long time. He's a lifer at OCS, and he's a fine young man, and he's one of these quiet guys that gets the job done. And I think sometimes he doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he is a quiet guy and he's such a team player.
Coach, when you watch film, I'm telling you, you find him flying to the football, taking on blockers, making plays. I mean, one of the few things that I can say is there's several people that that come up and we do the games and everything. They just don't understand the number 44 and a linebacker that plays with reckless abandonment. But I know who that number 44 was, and I see a lot of similarity between that guy and Cooper Thomas.
Well, on that play right there, they play action pass, and he stepped up like a linebacker should on the play action, read pass immediately, and was out in the flat on the back. And there was no place to throw the ball.
Well, it's going to cause a predicament for Delhi Charter is they may be able to. It looks like the play clock. Coach, I think this play clock's going to actually, it's going to be maybe a differential of a second. But let's hope the officials just figure this one out.
They're going to have to punt it.
Well,
they're going to have to punt it.
Yeah, that's what's going to have to happen.
And Turpin can return it.
And now I think
we're
going to see what happens here.
I don't agree with that. That's and I don't agree with the 1 second. There should be 2 or 3 seconds on the clock.
Well, now there's 3 seconds reset to the play clock, to the game clock right now.
Well, now the head official does have an intercom with the clock keeper, and he probably told him to put 3 seconds back on the clock.
That's exactly what happened. We got 3 seconds left on the game clock, and it looks like the Gators will have to punt this football. Their punter is number 13, Connor Baines. Baines will set up to punt this one. He's going to have his feet at the 15-yard line, and as you alluded to, Coach, Patrick Turpin's missed.
Oh, they're going to try another.
There we go.
Try another one.
I'm telling you, Coach.
But they're going to run out of time doing that.
There you go. That's
they're going to run out of
what's going to
time doing it.
happen. Well, and that's going to bring it into the first half of play. The Ouachita Christian Eagles are going to go into halftime, leading this contest 28-0. But before we go, let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray at Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, pretty good first half of football.
Yeah, Coach Fitzhugh on that one wasn't worried about them that last 2 or 3 seconds. He was telling them just to. If they kick it, just fair catch it and let's go. Because we're going to get the ball the second half.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right.
Mike. But just to clarify something, you was talking about how easy it is to second-guess coaches from up there. I never do that, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody in radio land knows that I don't do that.
Mike, there is a such thing as, you don't want to, I don't know. Is that 100% true, Mike?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not at all. I'm a numbers guy, and when the numbers don't line up, it drives me nuts.
I totally agree, Mike. Thanks a lot. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. We're going to take a break. From here in Delhi, Louisiana, the Ouachita Christian Eagles out in front of the Delhi Charter Gators, 28-0. Come back and join us for a great second half of football from here in Delhi. You're listening to Ouachita Christian Eagle football on the Ouachita Christian Sports Network.
24 hours a day and 7 days a week. They understand that an emergency doesn't happen at convenient times. Bears Towing, 388-3021. Bears Towing is a proud sponsor of OCS football.
Dreyer Contracting has been walked on and driven on all over town for 5 decades. Dreyer Contracting has been serving our community for over 50 years. That's a lot of asphalt. Surface treatments, hot mix, parking lots, driveways, asphalt maintenance, dozer work, and crushed stone. You can walk and drive on us with confidence. Call 281-2242. Dreyer Contracting in Bastrop.
Are you tired of pushing through the pain? Do you struggle day in and day out with simple tasks? Are you ready for change? If so, call Louisiana Pain Care. At Louisiana Pain Care, our doctors are board certified and fellowship trained to target the source of your pain and help you manage it. Visit lapaincare.com for more information and to schedule your appointment. Louisiana Pain Care, your spine care experts.
When lights go out on game night, what matters most is family, trust, and community. At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, that's who we are. We've been serving Northeast Louisiana for more than 2 decades. With certified technicians, service after the sale, and relationships that last long after you drive off the lot.
Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
Hi, I'm Dustin Balance with Ludwig Marine. We have 2 locations to serve you, one on Darbone Lake in Farmerville and one right here on 165 North in Monroe. Come by and check us out. We have the best brands on the market: Phoenix Bass boats, Weldcraft aluminum boats, and your Gator Tail duck boat needs. Give us a call today at 318-545-5595 or check us out on the web at www.ludwig-marine.com. Mitch Ludwig and the Ludwig Marine crew would like to say, go Eagles.
Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Wholesale jewelry with integrity. They provide honest, professional experience while offering stunning diamonds and fine jewelry at or below wholesale prices. And we do custom pieces by appointment. Engagement rings, tennis bracelets, pearls, earrings, necklaces, gemstones, loose diamonds, and jewelry repairs. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe.
Mom, what do you do at work?
Well, I help families just like ours feel safe and protected.
So kind of like superheroes.
Exactly. Whether it's your car, home, or even life insurance, I make sure families are covered when they need it the most.
So you're kind of like our superhero.
That's right. I'm Ashton Halterman, your local shelter insurance agent. Call me today and let's protect what matters most, your family.
Shelter insurance for your auto, home, and life. Call my mom, Ashton Halterman, at 318-343-3582 or stop by the office at 100 North Park Drive in Monroe.
There's no better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser eye LASIK, safe and ultra precise. Call for a free evaluation. 318-32-LASER, 318-32-LASER.
Make the high humble decision for your LASIK care and clear vision.
If your car or truck is broken down, or you locked your keys in your vehicle, or you just need a flat fix, call Bears Towing and Recovery at 388-3021. In fact, why not just save the number in your cell phone? That's 388-3021. Bears Towing is on call 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. They understand that an emergency doesn't happen at convenient times. Bears Towing, 388-3021. Bears Towing is a proud sponsor of OCS football.
Hi, I'm Dustin Balance with Ludwig Marine. We have 2 locations to serve you, one on Darbone Lake in Farmerville and one right here on 165 North in Monroe. Come by and check us out. We have the best brands on the market: Phoenix Bass boats, Weldcraft aluminum boats, and your Gator Tail duck boat needs. Give us a call today at 318-545-5595 or check us out on the web at www.ludwig-marine.com. Mitch Ludwig and the Ludwig Marine crew would like to say, go Eagles.
Dreyer Contracting has been walked on and driven on all over town for 5 decades. Dreyer Contracting has been serving our community for over 50 years. That's a lot of asphalt. Surface treatments, hot mix, parking lots, driveways, asphalt maintenance, dozer work, and crushed stone. You can walk and drive on us with confidence. Call 281-2242. Dreyer Contracting in Bastrop. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Wholesale jewelry with integrity. They provide honest, professional experience while offering stunning diamonds and fine jewelry at or below wholesale prices. And we do custom pieces by appointment. Engagement rings, tennis bracelets, pearls, earrings, necklaces, gemstones, loose diamonds, and jewelry repairs. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe.
There's no better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser eye LASIK, safe and ultra precise. Call for a free evaluation. 318-32-LASER, 318-32-LASER.
Make the high humble decision for your LASIK care and clear vision.
Are you tired of pushing through the pain? Do you struggle day in and day out with simple tasks? Are you ready for change? If so, call Louisiana Pain Care. At Louisiana Pain Care, our doctors are board certified and fellowship trained to target the source of your pain and help you manage it. Visit lapaincare.com for more information and to schedule your appointment. Louisiana Pain Care, your spine care experts.
Mom, what do you do at work?
Well, I help families just like ours feel safe and protected.
So kind of like superheroes.
Exactly. Whether it's your car, home, or even life insurance, I make sure families are covered when they need it the most.
So you're kind of like our superhero.
That's right. I'm Ashton Halterman, your local shelter insurance agent. Call me today and let's protect what matters most, your family.
Shelter insurance for your auto, home, and life. Call my mom, Ashton Halterman, at 318-343-3582 or stop by the office at 100 North Park Drive in Monroe.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Ron Bush is ready to help you combine home and auto and save with 2 locations to serve you in Bastrop and Sterlington. Call 318-388-4663 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
When lights go out on game night, what matters most is family, trust, and community. At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, that's who we are. We've been serving Northeast Louisiana for more than 2 decades. With certified technicians, service after the sale, and relationships that last long after you drive off the lot.
Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
There's no better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser eye LASIK, safe and ultra precise. Call for a free evaluation. 318-32-LASER, 318-32-LASER.
Make the high humble decision for your LASIK care and clear vision.
Hi, I'm Dustin Balance with Ludwig Marine. We have 2 locations to serve you, one on Darbone Lake in Farmerville and one right here on 165 North in Monroe. Come by and check us out. We have the best brands on the market: Phoenix bass boats, Weldcraft aluminum boats, and your gator tail duck boat needs. Give us a call today at 318-545-5595 or check us out on the web at www.ludwig-marine.com. Mitch Ludwig and the Ludwig Marine crew would like to say, go Eagles.
Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Wholesale jewelry with integrity. They provide honest, professional experience while offering stunning diamonds and fine jewelry at or below wholesale prices. And we do custom pieces by appointment. Engagement rings, tennis bracelets, pearls, earrings, necklaces, gemstones, loose diamonds, and jewelry repairs. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe.
Mom, what do you do at work?
Well, I help families just like ours feel safe and protected.
So kind of like superheroes.
Exactly. Whether it's your car, home, or even life insurance, I make sure families are covered when they need it the most.
So you're kind of like our superhero.
That's right. I'm Ashton Halterman, your local shelter insurance agent. Call me today and let's protect what matters most, your family.
Shelter insurance for your auto, home, and life. Call my mom, Ashton Halterman, at 318-343-3582 or stop by the office at 100 North Park Drive in Monroe.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
There's no better time to get rid of those glasses or contacts. Now with the latest in LASIK, all laser eye LASIK, safe and ultra precise. Call for a free evaluation. 318-32-LASER, 318-32-LASER.
Make the high humble decision for your LASIK care and clear vision.
Hi, I'm Dustin Balance with Ludwig Marine. We have 2 locations to serve you, one on Darbone Lake in Farmerville and one right here on 165 North in Monroe. Come by and check us out. We have the best brands on the market: Phoenix bass boats, Weldcraft aluminum boats, and your gator tail duck boat needs. Give us a call today at 318-545-5595 or check us out on the web at www.ludwig-marine.com. Mitch Ludwig and the Ludwig Marine crew would like to say, go Eagles.
Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe. Wholesale jewelry with integrity. They provide honest, professional experience while offering stunning diamonds and fine jewelry at or below wholesale prices. And we do custom pieces by appointment. Engagement rings, tennis bracelets, pearls, earrings, necklaces, gemstones, loose diamonds, and jewelry repairs. Trinity Diamonds Direct, 201 Blanchard Street in West Monroe.
Mom, what do you do at work?
Well, I help families just like ours feel safe and protected.
So kind of like superheroes.
Exactly. Whether it's your car, home, or even life insurance, I make sure families are covered when they need it the most.
So you're kind of like our superhero.
That's right. I'm Ashton Halterman, your local shelter insurance agent. Call me today and let's protect what matters most, your family.
Shelter insurance for your auto, home, and life. Call my mom, Ashton Halterman, at 318-343-3582 or stop by the office at 100 North Park Drive in Monroe.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Ron Bush is ready to help you combine home and auto and save with 2 locations to serve you in Bastrop and Sterlington. Call 318-388-4663 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
This is Coach Fitzhugh. Thanks for listening to Washita Christian Football on the OCS Eagle Football Network. And now back to the Farm Bureau broadcast booth.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Fitzhugh, for welcoming everybody back into the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's contest between the Delhi Charter Gators and your Washita Christian Eagles. In the Farm Bureau broadcast booth, brought to you by Agent Chris Thomas. We're at Brett Raley Field in Delhi, Louisiana. The Washita Christian Eagles making a trip over to Delhi tonight and leading the Delhi Gators right now 28-0 as we get ready to get the second half underway. Coach, we want to send a big special thanks and a special salute to one of our honorary captains tonight, a young man named Will Williamson. And, Coach, I'm not sure, but I think maybe some of the folks from GB Cooley coming out to the school tonight, and we, of course, want to wish Will Williamson a big welcome and a big thanks for being one of the honorary captains tonight.
You bet, David. Congratulations to him.
All right. And, Coach, I don't know that the Eagles I guess there's always room for improvement somewhere, but that boy, a really nice, a good, solid defensive and a pretty solid offensive output for the Eagles here in the first half. Not a whole lot of I guess, gaping holes in the game plan or the execution so far tonight.
No, it's going well for them. It has all season, an undefeated team. You get to this point and things are going like this, you're battling yourself. That's your opponent now is yourself, because you can win these games. You can win them by not sustaining blocks as long as you should. You can win them by not being in the right places on defense. So the question is, and the question is going to be answered soon with these teams coming up, how disciplined are we? How much are we taking to heart the things that the coaches are teaching them in practice? that they haven't really had to rely on. They've just gone out and played and dominated ball games, and now we got to do it right. We've got to do it right on both sides of the ball. I think we've got a good scheme. I think we've got a good group of young men with a lot of talent, with heart. They want to do it. They just got to do it. And so we're asking them to play with faith at this time of year because they may be able to, and they probably have been able to take some shortcuts out on that field and still be successful. And where their faith has to come through is they got to not do that. They got to be disciplined, and they got to do it right and take to heart that it's going to pay off down the road. Because, you know, a lot of guys on this team got a taste for that Superdome last year, and I'm sure they would like to do it again.
I'll tell you what, Coach. Once you've had a taste for it, it's really tough to forget until you get another opportunity. And I will say this is a football team, Coach, in my opinion, and that's all it is. I mean, if they're able to continue to focus and stay focused, this is a team I think would definitely have the capability of representing the school down in New Orleans again this year.
Well, yeah, I've really neglected our secondary. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing out of those guys. We got a good bunch back there. I think we're playing better back there than we have in a number
Coach
of years.
Eli Gray's got some running room. He's taking this one across the 30. Coach, he's down inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Ouachita Christian.
Yeah, I think we got a flag, David.
No, it looks like there is going to be a flag
on the 10-yard line.
Thrown right there as he broke the plane of the goal line. But
now he moved it to the 15, so somebody did wrong on the 15-yard line.
You don't think we had a block in the back, do you, Coach? Or maybe a hold, huh?
You know, I hope not, because when he got to that point, really there wasn't going to be a block that would have helped him anymore.
Oh, man, what a great return that time by Gray, Coach. And you alluded to it a little while ago. I mean, you're talking about a guy in Jude Turner that definitely has the ability to take one to the house, but we also got some other talented backs back there in the backfield. Gray that time showing a little speed, showing some ability to get outside, but unfortunately going to be the non-beneficiary of an illegal block in the back, or maybe possibly a holding call, and that's going to cost the Eagles a touchdown.
Well, you know, some of the new rules in football, the safety rules that are out there, throwing unnecessary blocks, used to not be that way.
Oh, no.
You know, but it is now, and I understand the reasoning behind it. But I do think it does take a little bit away from the game, because it's tough to ask a young man to be aggressive and then, you know, be in situations where you got to turn it on, turn it off. It's not easy to do.
It is going to bring up first down and 10. Eagles waste no time. Jude Turner wastes no time. Jude Turner's going to make one man miss, two men miss, run over a third, Coach, and he's going to be dropped right at the goal line. Looks maybe like the 1 yard line. That's going to put the Eagles first down and goal at it looks like the 1 yard line, or maybe the 2, a gain of 23 yards on the play, enough for a community pharmacy first down. The Eagles with the ball inside the Washam Agency red zone with first and goal at the 2. A really aggressive, strong run that time by number 5, Jude Turner.
David, he was a premier player going in, but I think tonight he's ran better than I've seen him run. I don't know if one of the Gators are dating a girl he likes or what, but he is really running the ball hard.
He's running really hard. Turner is going to check out for a play. Gray comes in to relieve him. Badreen in the shotgun. Good snap from center. Hands this one inside to Gray, and it looks like he's going to go in for the Eagle touchdown. Coach, hey, you know what? He ran it in on the kickoff, and, you know, if there's anything like poetic justice, Coach Fitzhugh lets him have an opportunity to run it in, this time with no holding call, and that's going to add to the Eagle lead now 34-0 as Gavin comes on to add the extra point.
Well, I'm glad that they did that for Eli. I think Eli deserves that and deserves the opportunity, and I'm sure that his counterpart, Jude, is going to congratulate him
absolutely.
And be happy for him. You know, I mean, and they have to do that because this is a team, and we got to be for each other. And you know, that's evident of it right there to give Eli that opportunity.
Well, Coach, we got a penalty marker on the play. It looks like too many men on the field for the Gators as they'll send one man to the sideline. That Eagle touchdown brought to you by the fine folks at Trinity Diamonds Direct. That Eagle touchdown and all Eagle touchdowns brought to you by Trinity Diamonds Direct. Gavin Polk on for a Jim Taylor Buick GMC extra point. Patrick Turpin to hold. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. And, man, he is kicking. He kicked that one with the wind, Coach. A couple of young men back there trying to retrieve that thing. It went over their head. They may head out into the cotton field to look for that one. But the Eagles are going to increase their lead now 35-0 over Delhi Charter as the Eagles did everything they wanted to with the first possession, Coach. Great return. And got caught with the maybe the illegal block, maybe the hold, but the Eagles waste little time in running the ball in for the score with the 2-yard Gray touchdown run.
Well, it gave them an opportunity to run some offense, and we need to do that. We need to work on it. And I'm impressed with the layout of the facilities here at Delhi Charter. They got a lot of room, and which makes it easy to retrieve poke balls and get them back.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's plenty of room down there behind. And, Coach, hey, Mike Gray touched on it, too. I mean, this is Game 6, and the first time we played on a grass field, and I had a chance to walk around before the contest tonight. And, man, I mean,
it's a good turf. It's well kept. It's a good field.
It's a good field, a good playing surface for both these football teams. Gavin's going to tee this one up at the 40-yard line. Another Jim Taylor Buick GMC kickoff. Gavin gets his leg into this one. This one's going to be high, Coach, but not a lot of distance. Going to be fielded cleanly at about the 3-yard line. And on the return for the Gators that time is actually number 4. And he's, let's see, plays a little tailback as well, and that's Carroll. And Carroll with a pretty good return that time. Picked up 17 yards on the return. I say Gavin didn't quite hit it that well. Well, it's because it didn't go through the end zone. It was still a well-kicked football that came to rest or was received around the 3. So it is going to be first down for the Gators. They put this one right at the Delhi Charter 20-yard line.
Well, the coverage was good. A lot of guys hustling down there and a lot of bodies on the ball carrier. We still got to do a better job of tackling. We got to get there and put a body on the guy and wrap up.
First down and 10 for Delhi Charter. Ball at their own 20-yard line. This will be their first drive of the second half. Eagles won the coin toss, elected to receive, and did so. Gators go to work at the 20. Inside handoff is going to be taken by number 6. And that's done. He's a nice run right up the middle of the field.
David, I was talking about the secondary earlier, and what is really encouraging to see out there, we are running a lot of man coverage. And we don't usually do that because we haven't had the personnel and the speed to do it, but we do now. We've got some guys that are very athletic and can match up with receivers and stay with them.
I tell you something, Coach. I've been impressed by several of our defensive players back there in the secondary so far this season. One of them is number 11, Cole Voyon, and also number 17, Tristan Raymond. You talk about athletic guys, Coach, with the ability to close on plays and close on receivers, go up and high point the football. I've seen Tristan be able to do it as well as Cole some this season.
Well, Cole, I remember him as a freshman, a little guy, not very strong, and nature has taken over. He's 6'3", 6'4" now. He runs well, moves well. He's picking up the game.
I mean, when you talk about guys with, they've got him listed, Coach, I agree with you. They've got him listed at 6'2", and then Tristan Raymond at 6'1". I mean, you're talking about guys that with a little height, both of them long, can play athletically. It is nice to see those guys in our defensive backfield.
You mentioned Tristan Raymond. I've been watching him, and he's been playing a loose man, sometimes a tight man on the receiver up there. But he has done a great job of when he reads run, he comes off that guy and he comes up, and he's made several plays in the backfield, tackle for a loss from his corner position. And that's a big plus when you got corners that can do that and be that mobile on the field. And I know he's a smart guy.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's a smart guy.
He is. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Gators, Coach. They're going to have to punt this football, and the Eagles are not going to send anybody deep for this one, as this one will cross midfield and come to rest in Eagle territory right at the Eagle 44-yard line.
And I don't want to get away from the game, but Barrett Freeland, the other corner, he's a guy that's come on and making things happen and been a nice surprise this year. So hopefully, as we come down the stretch here, things can start coming together for the team, and it'll gel at the right time.
Well, the Eagles are going to start this drive. First down and 10. The punt actually covered 28 yards that time, Coach. No return, so it is going to be first down and 10 for this Eagle offense to kind of stretch out a little bit. Big kickoff return by Gray. Put the Eagles in great field position last time, but this time the Eagles will start in their own territory at the 45. Vadrine, play action, looks to throw. He does. That was complete to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh's across the 35, now across the 40. Going to be just shy of the 35-yard line of the Gators. Nice throw that time by Luke Vadrine, and Maddox Fitzhugh, Coach, with a nice catch and pretty good run after the reception. Gain of 19 yards and more than enough for a community pharmacy first down.
Maddox is coming on. He's a guy that has had the ability, just needed some confidence, and I think he's getting that. I think this past basketball season he had success, and that helped him believe a little bit more in what he's trying to do, and now he's out there making plays.
Made some nice catches so far this season. That's probably his 4th or 5th reception that I can remember, but it is going to bring up a community pharmacy first down. Vadrine, play action, rolls, looks to throw, got a man. That's complete to Turpin, and Turpin's going to make one man miss. He's going to make another Gator miss before he's run out of bounds on the far side of the field. Going to be inside the Washam Agency red zone. Coach, we got a penalty marker out of bounds, and I don't know who that late hit's going to be on, but looked like a little activity after the play. A gain of 23 yards and more than enough for a community pharmacy first down, but we'll have to wait on the penalty. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray and a Marion State Bank sideline report. Looked like it happened right down there around you, Mike.
Yeah, I think he hit him out of bounds over here, so I don't even think the white hat knew that there was a flag. I'm trying to listen to these guys talk, but
well, David,
the exact call.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report.
David, that route combination that they just ran is what we call the divide, where we drug the tight end underneath, and then Turpin was in the medium, the intermediate route, the divide guy, and then we had a guy clearing out over the top. It was like flooding 3 guys in the 3 zones on the left side, and Luke had his choice. He could have gone to any of the 3 on that play.
Made a good choice in going to Turpin that time, as he's actually, well, he's going to pick up more than enough for the first down. 23 yards on the reception and run after the catch. But the Eagles there's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, as Mike alluded to, somebody with a late hit, maybe out of bounds. So that's going to bring up first and goal for the Eagles now at the Gator 6-yard line. Vadrine in the shotgun. Turner joins him in the gun. Luke's going to roll. Plenty of time in the pocket. Unloads this one to a wide open receiver, and that's going to be another touchdown, Ouachita Christian, as he hits Luke Edwards right between the 1 and the 4. Not a lot of pressure back there that time, Coach. Is Luke able to wind up and deliver the ball?
That was really the same route combination with the 3 guys over here to our side. And the underneath guy, Ridge Coates, was wide open. I think they need to give him some love because he's been wide open a lot, not getting a ball. But he's doing a good job. He's kind of like our Kelsey out there, because at that time he was lined up as a wide receiver in the slot position, and the play before he was tight as a tight end. He blocks well as a tight end, and he gets out there and can play receiver too. So
a lot of talented guys at the skill positions this year, Coach. There's a lot of receivers to choose from, and every one of them dangerous in their own right, as Gavin Polk comes on to add the extra point attempt, Coach. And that 42 is a pretty magic number, because I think with 42 points to nothing, we're going to have a running clock.
I think so.
And I don't think that clock's going to stop running for the remainder of the game.
Do you think maybe we might be able to rename some of these guys, like Kelsey Coates? Or
I don't, Coach. I don't know. I don't know. But listen, I'm open to it. But I got to be quite honest with you. I have a tough enough time with their regular names, and then I got a lot going here. But yeah, that it is. I just tell you, when I look at this team, I mean, you and I know we've had some guys in the past with we've had some good skill people. One or two always come to mind, but this football team has got a lot of guys on the offensive side of the football with, I mean, just a ton of talent. I mean, you see it all over the field, guys that can catch, guys that can run, and this year we got a senior quarterback that can flat out throw it as well.
Well, we may not have at this point a D1 prospect, like we have had in the past. But what we've got is we've got a team full of good players.
That's exactly right. I'm telling you, and I mean, I've been around for a little bit now, doing these games and playing. I'm telling you, this is a talented football team with a lot of guys that play their role and play it at a really high level. Clock running now with 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Ouachita Christian leads this game 42-0. The Gators operate as they have all game long out of the I formation. A pretty good push that time from the Gator line, Coach. They pick up 4 yards right up the middle of the field.
Well, other people are going to get this film, and we've been a little vulnerable to that quarterback just coming straight ahead for 5 yards.
Second down.
It's a gain of 4. It's going to bring up second down, a pretty manageable 6 for Delhi Charter. They'll put this football at the Gator 24-yard line. Clock continuing to run here in Delhi.
Well, you got Balsamo checking in on the D-line. Good to see him get a little action, one of our young players.
Gators are going to try the dive right up the middle of the field. Pretty tough sledding in there that time. A gain of 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up third down and 5.
I think, too, with the clock running, with the score the way that it is, Balsamo's one of the first ones, but we're going to see a few substitutes trickling
Coach,
in.
we love it, too. I'm telling you, that's one of the things I love to see, are some of these young guys get an opportunity to play. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Gators trying to get this third down and keep this drive alive. Till will go under center with an I backfield behind him. They're going to run the toss sweep. Boy, and I'll tell you what, Coach, there wasn't a whole lot of running room on the edge that time as the Eagles set it, and it's going to be a loss on the play of 4 yards. Going to bring up a big fourth down here now. Fourth down and looks like about 7.
Well, it could be a mistake to run to Desai Bradshaw's side.
Oh, my goodness. Desai sets the edge, gets a little help on the outside with the tackle, but
well, that time he did a good job of taking on the tight end in front of him and then coming off that block quickly and getting out there. And he wasn't the first one there, but he was the second one on the assist.
Fourth down and 6 for the Gators. Number 13, Connor Baines, going to handle the punting chores for the Gators, and the Eagles, Coach, aren't going to send anybody deep, as Baines will kick this one, and he's going to get all the roll he wants out of it. It'll cross midfield, but now the Eagles are going to pick it up. On the return, I guess you could say, is number 3, Cole King. King grabs the football, and it looks like they'll spot it right at midfield.
Well, Cole was a little unsure of what to do after he got it. I think he was concerned that somebody may have touched that ball.
Well, he does a good job of securing it.
Yeah, but I think he did. I think he went after that ball. I mean, they're coached to get away in that situation, but I think he may have thought that they touched somebody, and he was just trying to secure it.
Going to bring up first down and 10. Coach, I got to tell you, it looks like we're going to see some fresh faces on the offensive side of the football.
We certainly are. We got some new fresh faces on the offensive line.
And we got a new quarterback. Number 11, Cole Voyan, is going to come in for Luke Vidrine.
New backfield.
A lot of fresh faces. Got an offset eye backfield. Voyan is going to turn. Hands this one inside. That's actually number 28, Isaac Rayleigh.
And Rayleigh, Coach, will run hard. You can count on Rayleigh to stick it up in there.
Rayleigh does a nice job, Coach, of moving the pile. Picks up 7 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up second down and 3. They put this football at the Gator 44-yard line. Clock running with 2:55 left to play here in the third quarter. Eagles lead this contest right now 42-0. Cole Voyan in the shotgun. Rayleigh's going to join him in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Good snap from center. They keep this one on the ground with Rayleigh, Coach, as you alluded to. A nice, tough run inside. Rayleigh will get pushed back, but they'll give him forward progress. Going to be
He's about a half a yard, I think.
Yeah,
or a yard.
about a half a yard shy of the first down. A gain of 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. A lot of fresh faces in for this Eagle offense as they're trying to pick up a first down and put some points on the board themselves. 3rd down, half a yard.
We still have Aaron Eldridge here at the bottom. He's gotten some playing time in the first half as well.
Need to get to the 40.
You know, so they may.
Voyan's going to fake this one, Coach. He's got some running room. Looks like he'll get the first down and then some. Across the 45, across the 40, across the 35. Still moving inside the 20. Lost the football, but it looks like the Eagles were able to recover it, as that is going to be more than enough for a community pharmacy first down inside the Washam Agency red zone, and we've got an official timeout.
Now, Cole Voyan added an extra 10 yards to that run by himself.
A lot of second and third effort that time, Coach, out of Voyan as he picks up 28 yards on the play.
And that's just evident of what I was talking about before with him, of where I've seen him really come on this year. He's become a lot more physical player as he's grown. And I never thought when he was about 5'9", 5'10" as a freshman, he'd be 6'4".
Definitely, he definitely fits the role of quarterback, Coach. He's got a lot of height. He looks comfortable back there in that position and does a nice job that time. He basically faked it inside, made a read, kept it himself, picked up nice yardage, and then second and third effort turns that from like you said, I guess from about a 9-10 yard gain to a 28-yard run. And the Eagles, this new offense, a lot of fresh faces in there on this side of the ball, this part of the game. 1 minute and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. I want to thank Randall's Captain Avery Seafood and Specialty Meats for sponsoring the third quarter for all your tailgating needs and catering needs. Well, be sure to check out the folks at
Gators
Randall's.
are helping number 25 off the field. Seems to be shook up a little bit, but he has played hard.
I'll tell you what, this entire Gator team has played hard, Coach. I mean, like you said, definitely outmanned with the number of starters they've out, but these guys are out there giving it 110% every play. And the Eagles with another quarterback in the game. Oh, no, that's actually that's number 17 for the Eagles. That's Raymond. He's going to hand it off inside, Coach. We're going to have a running back take this thing to the house.
Isaac Rayleigh again.
Tell you what, an explosive run that time from Rayleigh as he takes it in from 13 yards out, and he's going to add to this Eagle lead now, 48-0. Coach, you told me he would run with some authority, and that's actually exactly what happened as Rayleigh takes it in. A powerful run that time as he's going to add to the Eagle lead.
And David, he is a freshman, so you can imagine with the growth he's going to get that he is going to be a hard-forced stop down the road.
As we come on for the extra point, Gavin splits the uprights on that Jim Taylor Buick GMC extra point as the Eagles add to their lead now, 49-0. Clock running as let's go down to the sideline and check in with Mike Gray at a Marion State Bank sideline report. Mike, how you doing down there?
Yeah, how's the weather?
Mike? I think we're trying to go to Mike, Coach, and he's down there. I can see him. He's out of juice, I think. He's got technical problems down there across the way. So
he's working, huh?
He's working.
It looks like
he's down there trying. He's trying to do it himself, but unfortunately can't. We'll try back, Mike, and see if we can't get you a little bit later. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report as we're getting close to the end of the third quarter. And again, want to thank the fine folks at Randall's Captain Avery Seafood and Specialty Meats, our third quarter sponsor for all your tailgating, catering needs. Call Randall today, 318-388-2278. Coach, I've never had something that wasn't fantastic when I got something from Randall's Captain Avery's and Seafood Specialty Meats. Always something good to eat.
It is good. They have some good stuff.
Eagles lead this contest right now 49-0. We've got a running clock here in Delhi. As I can tell you, the fourth quarter is going to happen quickly. Gavin Polk, Coach, he's going to have to kick this one into the wind tonight. just like his opening kickoff. And I will say this, we struggled a little bit kicking into the wind earlier.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling he probably made some adjustments as he'll tee this one up at the 40-yard line for another Jim Taylor Buick GMC kickoff. The Gators will send number 4, Jonas Carroll, deep to receive. He'll have his feet heels at the goal line.
Still got a good wind blowing in his face.
Low line drive kick. Keep it out of the wind. It's going to be fielded around the 5-yard line by Carroll. He'll bring it across the 10. And boy, I tell you what, great coverage that time by the Eagles. Ball's going to come out late.
They're going to rule him down. Yeah, they're going to rule him down.
Definitely stopped his forward progress, so it is going to be first down and 10 for the Gators. Kickoff came down around the 3 or 4 yard line, a return of 6 yards. Eagle kickoff coverage doing a great job that time as they hem him up. So the Gators are going to be looking at first down and 10. They'll spot this football right at the Gator 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think he was trying to drive the ball into the wind, and that wind has not let up. I thought when the sun went down would probably get some calming, but it has not.
Well, and I will say this, fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, the fourth quarter, we're not going to get the punt or kick with the wind anymore tonight. So
no,
that's going to be a big ask. So first down and 10 for the Gators. Coach, there they go with the quarterback sneak right up the middle. And we've seen it several times tonight. They've been an average of a gain of 4, and guess how many they gained there? 4.
Well, the young man I spoke about earlier, their left guard that I've been impressed with, he double teamed with the center and moved our defensive line back a few yards on that play.
Coach, we're going to go ahead and call his name out. That's Preston Palmas, as he's done a good job tonight for the Gators. That's number 55. Gain of 4 on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 for Delhi Charter. Ball at their own 16-yard line. Again, they go right up the middle, tough running inside. That looked like number 5 for the Gators, Myron Allen. And Allen is going to be real close to a Gator first down.
You know, I watched that.
Actually going to have a Gator first down.
I watched their guard again, and he was uncovered, but he did a good job of quickly getting up to our linebackers and making a block.
First down, Gators.
First down and 10 for Delhi Charter. Ball at their own 20-yard line. Clock running with 9 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the football game. Eagles lead 49-0. Till goes under center with an eye backfield behind him. Turns, he's going to give this one to the fullback who will go right up the middle. That's number 6. Well, actually, I can't make out the number. It looks like number 6, Markel Dunn, and that's who it is.
Well, their starting offensive line, they're moving our defensive front back.
Gain of 7 on the play, Coach. A lot of fresh faces in there for the Eagles on this defensive line. But
yeah, our young guys, they're going to have to get low and play some leverage and use some leverage on these guys because they cannot go helmet to helmet with them. I see that Balsamo has checked back in. He's bringing a little more size into the middle.
Second down and 3. Gators keep this one on the ground again, and there's some running room right up the middle of the field. That's number 6, Dunn. And Dunn is going to find a big crease right through the middle of that Eagle defense, and he's going to have a nice run, much more than he needed for the first down. Let's call it a gain of 42 yards, Coach, and the Gators are going to find themselves in Eagle territory at the Eagle 39-yard line. We've talked about it a lot tonight, Coach, and you've alluded to it as well as I have. This Gator team, they're playing hard.
They are.
Down 49-0, and they're still out there trying to put this football in the end zone. Till goes under center with an eye backfield behind him. 2 receivers part of his set. Till's going to call his own number. Goes with that quick count right up the middle of the field, Coach, and, well, they've been averaging about 4. This time they're going to pick up more than 4.
Well, they're just getting a good push out of that offensive line now, and they are moving our defensive front back. And, they're a little bit of a size mismatch, so those guys are going to have to get low and dig in and and hang on.
Gators aren't quitting on this one. Second down and 4. Ball at the Eagle 33-yard line. Clock running with 7 minutes and about 5 seconds left to play here in the football game. Eagles lead 49-0. Till brings the Gators to the line. An eye backfield behind him. Good snap from center. Turns. He hands this one inside, and good effort that time by the up back. He needed 4, Coach, and it looked like he got the 4 yards he needed, as actually that was number 30, Preston Ezel, on the carry for the Gators, and he is going to have enough for a Gator first down.
And well, that time Paxton Bossimo did a good job of taking on the guard, working across his face, and getting in on the play, and he did that from the backside.
First down and 10 for Delhi Charter. Clock running with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the football game. Eagles lead 49-0. Till goes under center. Going to hand this one to his tailback. He's got a little bit of running room as these Eagles have taken some bad angles. And that is going to be a touchdown for Delhi Charter, as number 4, Jonas Carroll, is going to take it in from 29 yards out, Coach. And we had a lot of defenders out of position that time. Carroll does a nice job of finding the seam and putting points on the board for Delhi Charter.
We just got blocked on that.
As the Gators will put their first points on the board tonight. Nice run that time by Carroll. And it looks like we'll get to see the kicker for Delhi Charter, Brandon Velasquez. A high snap from center. That's going to be a problem. Man, Velasquez is going to take a big shot from one of the Eagle defenders, Coach. He's going to get dropped. The extra point attempt not going to be any good. Good penetration that time by the defense for the Eagles.
He may be the guy that's going to have to kick off, and he may not be able to. He's still down on the field.
Shaking up on the play is Velasquez. And we've got an official timeout for the injury. Let's go over to the sideline, check in with Mike Gray in a Marion State Bank sideline report. Velasquez popped up, Coach. He looks like he's ready to go. Mike, how you doing down there? Were we able to find you?
Well,
there he is.
I had to change the batteries in the microphone. I didn't know it went out. So.
It happens, Mike. It happens. These things need batteries, right?
I had some in my pocket.
Well, good.
I didn't change them before they went out.
Must be the wind.
There.
It probably was the wind, Coach. Was that what it was, Mike? The wind?
Yeah, it was the wind, and you just couldn't hear it very well.
I hear you.
I was playing against it, but yeah, it's a lot of young guys in there right now, and you know, defensively, I've got a little ways to go with those younger guys, like Coach Harper alluded to. You getting leverage in there. They're running that wedge, that quarterback wedge, where they're not their line is not really blocking. They're just kind of going shoulder to shoulder downfield, and we're getting on that train and riding backwards a little bit. I noticed that when the varsity was in there, or the older guys, we started cutting their line a little bit, going real low when they looked like they were going to run that play. So it's effective against that, but these young guys just aren't.
Well, Mike, Coach Hickman be telling them to get low.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to – he'd be over there giving the signal, cut with his hand down at his shin going, go.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So,
thanks a lot, Mike. Mike Gray with the Marion State Bank sideline report. As Coach, it's great to see that the kicker, Brandon Velasquez, shook it off, and he's going to put this thing into play. The Eagles are going to send several people somewhat deep. Actually, we got a different kicker. It looked like Velasquez made it out onto the field, but that was actually number 4, Jonas Carroll. The Eagles are going to receive this kick and find nice yardage on the far side of the field.
I think that was Bo Devaney carrying that ball.
And number 20, Devaney, does a nice job of finding a small crease in there, Coach. He picks up 14 yards on the play. And I hate to say this for Bo, but, Coach, I'm always going to be somewhat partial to anybody wearing the number 20, wearing green and gold. It is going to be first down and 10 for this Eagle offense, and we do have some fresh faces. Actually going to be in at quarterback is number 17, Tristan Raymond. Tristan, another good-looking quarterback prospect, Coach, is Tristan standing at 6'1", 6'2", couple running back.
Tristan's got the best arm of the bunch.
He can throw it.
He's got a live arm. He's got good feet, and he's a smart guy.
Stands in with 2 running backs. He's going to need every bit of that 6'1" or 6'2", as he's going to lose a handle on this one. It looks
that
like
snap is a little high.
Looks like he's able to recover it, though. So it is going to bring up second down and long. Lost a lot of yards on that one. A loss of 13 yards on the play. Coach, I didn't know if we'd get to see Tristan put this one in the air, but with 2 minutes left and second down and just short of a quarter of a mile, I wouldn't be surprised if Tristan does spin this one. 2 running backs with him in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And we're going to catch the Gators wanting to get there a little early, as it looks like it's going to be encroachment against Delhi Charter, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
And it looks like as we spread them out, they're doing a lot in the secondary that we were doing earlier in the game. They've manned up and got one safety free.
Coach.
And they're going to try to
see some man-to-man
here.
here.
They're going to try to get in their face and play us.
A good snap from center, and they are going to keep this one on the ground. A nice cutback that time, as again, that's number 28, Rayleigh, coach, and Rayleigh's going to make several Gator defenders miss. That's one way to turn second and long into 1st and 10, as Rayleigh's going to have more than enough for another community pharmacy first down, as the Eagles, with a big run that time from Rayleigh, gain of 28 yards on the play, 1st down and 10 in Gator territory. Now at the Delhi Charter 37-yard line with 1:16 to play.
I'm impressed with Rayleigh. You notice he was carrying that ball high and tight, especially in a situation like that where you're vulnerable from behind to get stripped.
Coach, we got another quarterback change. We don't need it. It's going to be Rayleigh carrying the football, but number 16.
That's Brooks Jones.
Brooks Jones going to check in for the Eagles. Letting everybody find the field, a little bit of playing time tonight. Very, 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 very valuable to get some of these young guys in and opportunities like this.
Well, Brooks' dad, Ben, did some quarterbacking for the Eagles back in the day.
I tell you, Coach, one of the things Ben has always wanted to, always reminds me of is I think Ben still has the interception lead at all time for Ouachita Christian School.
Well, he was a multi-sport star.
Oh, yeah.
And did really well in baseball, was drafted by the Yankees organization.
Ben actually, he doesn't give himself right credit, because I will tell you one thing, that cat could play a little football as well as a solid baseball player. Coach, that's going to end this football game tonight, as the Ouachita Christian Eagles are going to make their way over to Delhi Charter tonight. They're going to win this game going away 49-6, as Coach Fitzhugh had the guys ready tonight. They did a great job executing the game plan, and I will say this, I want to tip my hat to the fine folks here at Delhi Charter, as they had us gave us an opportunity to be in their press box tonight, and a good football team down there playing, I'd say playing as hard as they could. With the numbers that they had, but a good football game tonight.
Hey, it was David, and good environment here. Hospitality is good. You know, it's a good, clean game, and that's what you want. You know, come over here. The attention was on the players and the game, and both teams played hard, and you know, that's all you can ask for.
Well, the Ouachita Christian Eagles are going to win this contest going away tonight, 49-6. All right, Coach, I gotta ask you a question here. Who we got next week?
We've got Beekman Charter.
Beekman Charter,
and they are a good football team.
I've seen Beekman Charter on the rise. I've seen them. I've seen some definite improvement there, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be back at Stephen Fitzhugh Field, Eagle Stadium next week.
We are, and Beekman Charter, they've got a big line. They run the ball. They like to run the ball right at you. They like to control the clock. So, you know, that's going to be a challenge. I think that's a challenge that we need, because we need somebody to get physical with us, and I believe Beekman's going to do it.
Absolutely. Coach, I do want to take a minute to go down and thank Mike Gray for the Marion State Bank sideline report, Donnie Haley for bringing us all the numbers. We've had so many people just slip in and fit into our crew tonight, but I also want to tell you, thanks a million for coming up here tonight and doing this. It's been one of those things I've been, hoping for a long time, is to have a chance to do a game with you. And then, Man, what a treat to have you up here tonight.
Well, David, talking football with you makes my night, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Coach, thank you so much. And then what do we do, Coach? What would we do without Miller? What would we do without him? I mean, he's been here right in between us. He's been a buffer, and, I mean, we had technical difficulties. Most people would have mailed it in. Miller, no thanks. He's all over it. Got us on the air tonight, and we want to say a million thanks to Miller and Daniel Kirkendall. Coach Kirkendall, we miss you, bud. But
he'll be back, and I'll get to go back on the sideline with the team before I lose my spot as an assistant coach.
Coach, thank you so much. It means so much to have you up here with us tonight. Washita Christian's going to win this football game, and they're going to do it big. Come back and join us next week as we get ready to take on Beekman Charter. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to Washita Christian Eagle Football on the Washita Christian Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a great evening.
See y'all later.